Zane here with Zane's Tech Blog, and today we are going to be talking about the Unifi Wi-Fi 6 long-range wireless access point. Unifi had these available for pre-order. They're finally shipping. I've got one here, and I'm anxious to take a look. So let's get started. Okay, so here we have it, the Unifi6 long-range wireless access point, and let's open her up and see what we've got inside. So the inside of the box is actually really nice. We've got the wireless access point here, and it's got this shiny gleam on it because there is a plastic cover. So the plastic cover, my advice to you, leave it on. Leave it on till the very end of the install, because these things are fingerprint magnets. So if you want it to look good when you're all done, leave that cover on till the very last thing. As we flip it over and we take a look, we've got this rubber insert on the back. And the reason for this is to help with weather resistance. So these can be installed outside. If you're doing an outside install, you definitely want to have that in place. And so you just run your cable through the little hole and into the access point. If you're doing an indoor install, it's not that big a deal. You can either have it in if you like it or not. Should work fine either way. Okay, moving on. We've got a template for mounting with a built-in bubble level. That's hard to say. We've got a bracket that is installed, and actually this thing is great. It's got wall mount, it's got a T-bar ceiling mount, and lots of different junction box mount configurations that it supports. So no matter where you're installing, odds are you'll be able to find a good spot and be able to line it up. This guy here, you may or may not use if you've got a drop ceiling. It basically goes on the top side of the ceiling tile. Your bracket goes on the bottom, and that's what kind of holds it in place. So you're not just relying on the ceiling tile itself, which is a little fragile. Okay, hardware kit. All right, so I love these hardware kits. It just slides out, and you've got all your different mounting hardware right there, ready to go. And so whether you're doing a drywall mount, you're doing a drop ceiling mount, these are for the ceiling grids on a drop ceiling. They just pop right into place, and you connect the mounting bracket at the base. You've got a couple of little tools for security and the install. And then you've got this piece right here, which actually fits into the side of the access point to make it flush if you're not using that outdoor install piece. So hardware kit, great. I love how the Unifi line has it all nice and neat laid out for you. Okay, and then finally we've got our last little bit right here, and this is the instructions, which are, I guess, to take a look at the instructions online, which is fine, you know, no point in having an instruction set in every access point box that you ship out. And so that's it. I'm gonna take all this, put it up on a ceiling, and see how it works. All right, so here's what the completed install looks like with a flush ceiling mount. It actually turned out pretty well. You know, it's just in a short little hallway here. It kind of blends in. There's a smoke detector, a light, you know, an access point. So they look really great up on the ceiling. I'm really impressed so far. I'm going to run a little bit of speed testing and come back and kind of update you on how well it operates. I've had a chance to check out the Unifi Wi-Fi 6 long-range wireless access point, and I am not disappointed. I think it's working as expected up to this point. I don't have just a whole lot of Wi-Fi 6 devices to throw at it and really push its limits, but what I've seen so far is pretty solid as far as throughput and connectivity goes. So I would definitely consider this if I were looking to future-proof my network or looking to move to Wi-Fi 6 sooner rather than later. So the other thing I would point out is with the Unifi series, they do utilize a controller to push out settings and configuration information to the network devices. So if you don't already have a Unifi controller, you can look at software options, or there's a hardware option in the Unifi Dream Machine Pro, the UDM Pro, that I'm reviewing in another video. So I'd invite you to go over and take a look at that if you're looking at maybe implementing a new Unifi network in your environment. Aside from that, this has been great. I really appreciate you watching. And if you want to see more random tech stuff that I just happen to be doing, you can subscribe down below. If you're looking for a long-range Wi-Fi 6 wireless access point from Unifi, I've got that in the link as well. So have a great one. See you next time.